Okay, hello, welcome back to the hardware guide. So we continue with the next part, which is gate drive. Okay, or gate driver. Some people call it gate driver. So why we need gate driver? Okay, so the common reason is usually two. Okay, so let me open the pen first. Okay, so the first reason is amplification. Okay, so why amplification? Usually the digital control microcontroller. Okay, usually the output here is usually 5 volt. Okay, and the IGBT or MOSFET. Okay, okay, something like this. Okay, so usually to switch this you need 15 volt. Okay, so you can see here, this is the reason you need the gate driver or gate drive. Okay, because the voltage is not enough. Okay, so to switch the MOSFET or IGBT you need 15 volt, but microcontroller only have 5 volt. Okay, so that is one for voltage. And for current, usually microcontroller is only about can produce around, depending on microcontroller, but usually 30 milliampere if not mistaken. Okay, depend on the microcontroller. I think Arduino is 50 milliampere milli. Okay, and some controller is even low as 15, I think. Okay, so it's quite low. And for MOSFET, if not mistaken, to properly switch this you need around very high. Okay, the best one is I heard around 1 ampere. Okay, so you can see it's very low. Okay, to switch this you need high current, high voltage. Okay, so that is the reason you need gate driver. And the second reason is isolation. Okay, so imagine you have a MOSFET here. Okay, so I put this as a MOSFET. This is buck converter. Okay, so something like this, inductor and capacitor and resistor. Okay, so to switch this, of course you have to apply voltage here. Okay, so for example, if you have V in and you share V in with the same as this, so plus minus VGS, and of course if you use the same source, this one, the negative part will be connected to this. Okay, and this one will be connected to this. So basically what happened here, you just short circuit this. Okay, because it share the same ground. Okay, that's why for this case, okay, instead of using same voltage source, you have to apply a new voltage supply. Okay, plus minus, this one go to ground and this one go to source, not source there, the VGS, this one. So you need to have a different power supply. But the problem is microcontroller is some microcontroller have same ground as here, so it's not possible. In order to do this, you need to have a isolation. That's why gate drive have isolation. So this is the both the importance of having gate driver. Okay, so just the introduction. Now we move on to the next part, the buying gate driver. So you have two options: either you make it yourself, okay, or you can buy. Okay, so of course make yourself cost around RM 50 ringgit. Okay, usually less, I think 30 ringgit. Okay, but if you buy, it can cost around RM 350 ringgit. Okay, so depend on the budget. So this one, for this case, you need to have multiple power supply. This is must. Okay, if you want to make on your own, you need to have multiple power supply. Like I said before, it is for isolation. Okay, the power supply needs to have different ground. If not, it will become short circuit. Okay, so or you can buy it. Okay, buying is quite expensive, so it's around 350 ringgit. So this is your choice. So if you want to make it yourself, I show you how to make it on your own first. Okay, so if you want to make yourself, okay, so commonly we will use optocoupler. So basically you have a microcontroller here. Okay, you have a microcontroller, you have 5 volt. Okay, you have 5 volt, and you connect to the optocoupler. Okay, optocoupler. So basically the optocoupler is a LED. Okay, inside that it has LED. Okay, I forget how to draw it, something like this I think. And then it will produce light, and you have a sensor here. It will generate a some switch here. Okay, switch, and it will generate. Oh, don't have enough space. Let me move this a bit lower. Okay, so you have microcontroller, you have a different power supply, plus and minus. You connect here and connect. Maybe this symbol is not good. Okay, you have a different power supply, 15 volt, and then you have a ground, different ground from this. This one is another ground, G. This one is G2. This one is G1. Okay, so it's isolate. It's basically convert electricity to light. This is light, and then it become electricity again. And then you have a different power supply. So to do this, and then you connect this to the gate driver. So this is gate driver. Okay, this one connect to the ground, not ground, source. This one is gate, this one is drain. So something like this. Okay, so basically the autocoupler, this one is SCPL 3120. This is the commonly used SCPL. It has 8 leg IC. Okay, so you can just search here, or you can just buy at the site, top one. Okay, top one also sold this cheap, or you can buy here. This cheap is around 7 ringgit. Okay, 120. Okay, okay, make sure of course you have to choose the DIP. This is the DIP type. Okay, so let's look at the price. Okay, you can see here this is 15 ringgit. Okay, and because it is 15 ringgit, it's quite expensive actually. If you go to site, top one, I think it's around 8 ringgit or 7 ringgit. Okay, but if you want to buy it online, you can buy it here. This is only a cheap, and when you buy this, of course you need to buy other stuff. Okay, so let me move here. Okay, and of course you have to put in the Excel like I showed before. Okay, first thing you have to buy the autocoupler, SCPL 3120. Okay, 3120, and of course you have to buy the 8 leg housing. Okay, IC housing. Okay, for this you cannot just solder this into the PCB. You need to have a housing. Okay, if not it will damage. Okay, so and then you need to connect with the resistor here. Okay, you need to have a resistor. I think it's 270 ohm. Okay, and you need to have this. Okay, you have to buy this, and then that's it. Okay, and sometimes they suggest to put some sort of resistance around 3 ohm here, 3 ohm to watt. Okay, 3 ohm to watt. For here you can just use 0.5 watt. Okay, 0.5 watt resistance. This one you need to have 2 watt. Okay, this one sometimes is not compulsory, but it's better to put it. If not, also should be okay. And of course you have to build the PCB for this. You need to have a power supply port here. Okay, plus 15 volt. Okay, and go here is the ground, 0 volt. Okay, so this one you need to have a connector. Okay, you need also to buy a connector here. This one I suggest you buy a 2600 version connector. Okay, this one is very good connector for signal. Or if you just put the, I think this one is good. Okay, and for this one also, either you connect directly to the MOSFET. Okay, this one connect to the MOSFET. Okay, or you can just use the same connector 2600. Okay, for this one, sometimes it's better to use banana. Okay, or you can use terminal connector. So if you make it yourself, it's quite a lot of component. Okay, so for banana connection, all of this I will show later. Okay, but for this time I suggest you buy the SCPL 3120 first. Okay, this one is a standard component. Okay, and for SCPL 3120, it is easily broke. So I suggest if you use one, I suggest you buy 5. Okay, because it's quite easy to broke. Okay, usually 5 also not enough. Sometimes you have to maybe 8 for safety. Okay, but that one is before when there is it not sell at the top one, but now top one also sell it, so you can maybe reduce it. If they broke, you can just go to the Citron or top one and you can just directly buy it. So that is one way to do it. Okay, by make it on your own. But if you don't want to make on your own and you have extra money, you can buy it. Okay, so if you want to buy it, you can, I suggest this company makes a very good gate driver. Okay, so it's called MC Technology. If you want to scan the QR, okay, so you can scan it. Okay, so you can pause the video, or they also have Facebook here. Okay, okay, you can scan the QR. Okay, so you have option. This one, you go to the website, you buy this. Okay, gate drive for IGBT and MOSFET version 1. Don't buy the new version. This version has isolation. Remember, like I said before here, the isolation. Okay, so the newer version don't have this isolation properties, so you cannot use it. So I suggest you use this one. It's quite expensive, 350 ringgit. So you can just click this. Okay, and you can just pay using PayPal. Or if you don't want to do that, you just want to bank in, easier maybe for you. Okay, you can just message the person here, message here. Okay, should be okay. Okay, he usually respond. If not mistaken, the owner is Muzake. Okay, Muzake, he has a job. This is only his part time. So if you message him, usually he will maybe he will respond at night or at the weekend. Okay, it's a little bit delay, but he will not be too much delay. Okay, so no worry. Okay, that's it. That is the option to buy the octo coupler. Okay, so thank you.